I have never talked to anyone about this before. I feel like it's something I've just kept inside, and at this point I just feel like I need help. What is iCloud? What is it? What is iCloud? I have no idea. I'm so lost. I ask people, where do I find this photo I took? Check your cloud. I just never see that photo again. I don't know what that means. I worry that it's public and that I've got stuff on there that's not supposed to be public. Cloud to me sounds public. A thing we're all looking at. I hope to God no one's in my cloud. I don't know how they'd get there. I certainly can't get in. I'll get notifications. Put in your iCloud password. What?
I'm reading about 10 books a month at this point, y'all, and I'm not reading Moby Dick, okay? I'm reading lesbian romantic smut. And no Goodreads review is too low for me. I will read a 1-star rated review like that. Immediate buy, immediate read. And because of that, I have read some really horrifying books. I've read some really bad books. I'm talking books with maybe up to 200 typos. But I've also read some hidden gems. Some books that people rated so low, or maybe the cover made me think this is gonna be a nightmare, and it wasn't. And I wanted to share some of those books with you today. These were not necessarily rated low, but these are 3 books that by the cover, I thought it was gonna be a little cheesy, and it was a real win for me, okay? We're gonna start out with Shifting Gears. I love that the title reflects that one of the characters is a mechanic. And furthermore, I love that one of the characters is a mechanic. I've weirdly found that when I'm reading a book, if the main character is either a mechanic, an architect, or a cowgirl, it tends to be one of my favorites. She kind of comes into town as a business mogul. She's gonna take over the town, and this small town architect with massive triceps changes her mind. The Ride of Her Life. This, I feel like, is a pretty well-known book in the lesbian book community. And can I be honest, Jennifer Dugan, who I've read all of your books at this point, you're one of my favorites. I bought this as a joke. I have to be honest, Jennifer. I bought this as a joke. I thought it was so funny. The Ride of Her Life is so funny. I don't know. I thought it was so funny. It very quickly became not funny at all. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. It very quickly became very serious for me. This was one of my favorite books of all time. I mean, it's a tale as old as time. She works on the farm. She's a party planner, a city girl, and her aunt dies and gives her the farm, even though it clearly should have gone to this person. This was 5 stars to me. The only reason I might have docked points is because the main character's name was Shani, and for some reason I didn't like that. Sweet Home Alibarden Park. This was one of my favorite reads of the year, and I loved it because I love when an author just forgets what reality even is. What would this happen in real life? Who cares? Because it's a book and we don't actually need to know what's going to happen in real life because we're supposed to be having fun. It's fun. It's okay that it makes no sense that this American woman would suddenly be the Duchess of an estate in England. We don't need to talk about the details of that. It's just fun. Also, mother, muff your ears. These sex scenes in this are incredible. Because I read so many books of this genre, I have read, thousands of sex scenes. And honestly, I've read thousands of the same sex scene over and over and over again because most of them are not that different. This book, you guys, this has what I'm looking for. These are my 3 books. Once again, no, not that the covers are bad. The covers are incredible. When I release my book one day, they're going to have a cover very similar to these because I think they're so fun. But I just expected them to be cheesy. And then, when the tears were streaming down my face, there was nothing cheesy about it. JoJo, have you learned nothing? You released a music video this week entitled Karma. Where in the video, you hump a woman with sickled feet, by the way, while you're dressed like Bartok the Bat from Anastasia. Your legs are about as straight as your sexuality. And no, I've never had lesbian sex before, but I like to think it takes a little bit of technique. I'm being bombarded by homosexual journalists who keep calling me camp. I'm not camp. I'm Abby Lee Miller. A teenage girl sat recording me outside my dance studio yesterday, asking me if I thought you were a top or a bottom. I said, JoJo, she is definitely a bottom of the pyramid. And the worst part of all of this is that you didn't ask me to be in the video. You didn't think to say, hey, I bet my dance teacher would love to be featured. Because guess what, JoJo? I know a lot more about karma than you do. I went to prison for bankruptcy fraud. Okay? Talk about a bad girl doing bad things. I'm done. Kids, a new episode of The Bacon Show is out. Who is that? Oh my gosh. Hi, darling. I wanted to bring back a casserole. Can I come in? Oh gosh, my house is not ready for guests.
It's nice to live in a town where everybody knows your name, but that means someone could stop by at any time. That's why I use Airwick Advanced Plug-in, which has anti-fading technology for noticeable fragrance that lasts up to 60 days.
I can't go on a real vacation because my kids spend all my money, but with Airwick, if I close my eyes, because of their nature-inspired fragrances, it feels like I'm in Bara Bara. Oh, a guest! I'm just gonna press the scent boost button to give a little extra amazing scent for whatever uninvited guest is coming into my home. Hello, Janine. Hi, Darla. I wanted to bring another one of my famous casseroles. Am I in Bora Bora?
Let's go, Orca Whales! Hey, is your seat taken?
No.
Do you mind if I sit there?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here, have a twisted tea. These are so delicious in the summertime. My niece's law firm does this rec league baseball team, so I'm just here to support. Hey, Ruff, that was a travel.
This is baseball?
I don't know. I'm just having fun. Do you know if they know who's going to do the halftime performance? Because I've got a routine prepared. How's this your halftime performance? Look, I know I'm no Rihanna, but I like to have fun. Hey, sir, you want a twisted tea? Does anybody else want a twisted tea? Hey, lady, you've got a sign for the other team. Why would I give a twisted tea to the enemy? I'm just joking. We're all on Team Humanity. Uh-oh, there's an injury. All right, we got to kneel. Okay. There's about to be a second injury when I try to get up from this position. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. That was a little dramatic. I have to say that. That was a little dramatic. Is that your son? Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Here, have a twisted tea. All right, everybody. Good game. That was awesome. Oh, my gosh. I'm excited to get out of the sun. It's hot as balls out here.
What do you want people to know about this book before they purchase it?
This book will make you laugh, but it is going to make you cry. I don't want people to be fooled by the the cutesy cartoon cover. There's a lot of depth in all of my books, but this one in particular, it could be a heavy read. Definitely check trigger warnings. It's the start of a new series. So this is my third series. This is the, of course, Say You'll Remember Me series. It's going to be the first of 3. And if you've never read one of my books before, you can absolutely pick this one up as your first, just to see if you like my writing, and then swing back around and pick up the others. But they exist all within the same universe. So we are going to get some cameos from some previous characters. I put that in quotes because the characters are animals from the previous books. Because Xavier's a veterinarian.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved writing this book.
Oh.
This book just flew out of me. I mean, I wrote it in like 3 months. I was going to put forth a different book for this year's publication, and that book it's just a very nuanced plot, and I couldn't finish it in time. So halfway through the year, I pitched this one to my editor. I was like, look, I have this other idea. I think I can write it really quickly. And, I'm really excited to write it. So I think it's just going to flow right out of me, which it did. And, what do you think of that? And she was like, all right, do it. So I wrote this one and gave her this instead. And the book that I had a hard time getting through is actually going to be next year's book.